ran as one runs in nightmares, with sound and shadow converging in pursuit. The halls behind us thundered with echoes of that inhuman wailing, swelling like some ancient chorus of the damned. A rumbling slosh followed, wet, massive, unnatural. Danforth behind me cried out in gasping horror. His voice cracked beneath hysteria as he screamed of something coming, something unspeakable. We burst into the dead daylight of the open plaza, where even the sun seemed to recoil. That accursed howling bounced from the surrounding stone, deafening and close. I kept my eyes forward, but Danforth looked back, and his scream told me enough. We tumbled into the plane. My hands, numb with dread, fumbled over the controls. For a dreadful moment, the propeller stuttered, then thundered into full fury. We began to roll. Just then, at the far end of the plaza, a horror emerged into view. Black, glistening, without true form. A heaving, gelatinous mass riddled with pale, lidless eyes. It surged toward us with monstrous speed, undulating and slapping the stone like a tide of living tar. The sight shattered what remained of Danforth's composure. He collapsed into shrieking laughter. I slammed the throttle forward. The plane jolted, slewed, nearly struck a block of cyclopean stone, but we lifted. We rose into the cold, thin air above the city. Below us, that loathsome thing bellowed its cry again. Now a distorted howl of thwarted pursuit. I saw it climbing impossibly, writhing up the sheer face of a colossal wall with grotesque agility. We cleared the rooftops by mere feet. As we flew over the pass, I made the mistake of looking west. Beyond that nightmare city rose peaks no chart had ever shown, towering, jagged, blacker than space. Danforth saw more than just mountains. He saw a presence, something for which even form was a lesser state, something from before time, before creation. The elder things had fled from it. And far behind us, though we were climbing into the sky, I thought I heard it again, faint, distorted, and impossibly distant. We touched down at the main Miskatonic base, the same camp from which our survey had begun. It stood as we had left it, still and silent beneath the pale sky. Here, far from the mountain's shadow, the horror felt momentarily distant, but not gone. I began gathering materials, preparing for the work I knew must be done. They were logistical records, expedition maps, and coded transcripts whose meanings now felt too dangerous to risk. I set them aside. Danforth said nothing. He only stared westward, back toward the unholy range, his eyes locked in a silence I dared not break. That night, I reviewed the fragments one final time. Lake's anatomical sketches, the mural tracings, impossible biological notes. They told a story not of ancient history, but of a world still alive beneath the ice. In the dim glow of the lantern, I committed their details to memory, then consigned them and the other records I had set aside earlier to flame. Some truths once seen must be unmade. I remembered the murals. I remembered the story they told, the elder things descending from the stars, shaping the seas, giving life, warring with intruders, then falling into stagnation. In their pride, they created the Shoggoths, formless protoplasmic slaves to build and serve. For a time, they were obedient, but over uncounted ages, something changed. The Shoggoths began to think. There were signs of rebellion, of cities drowned, of wars fought not just with outsiders, but within. The Elder Things, once masters, became survivors, retreating into the deepest vaults of their city, clinging to a fraction of their former glory. The final mural was blank. No artist had dared render what came next. No man should ever seek to. I speak now because the warnings have gone unheeded. The university plans to return, to uncover, to claim. They think our fears madness. But the things we glimpsed beneath the ice have not perished. They wait. Beneath the stone lie secrets not meant to be understood. A city raised by minds alien to ours, and a darkness that mocks the stars. We were not meant to see it. If you value your reason, do not go back.
You've reached the end of the signal. If the story held you, stay with us. Like and subscribe, it really does help. There are more corridors ahead, more transmissions waiting to be heard. Thank you for listening.